What is the best playoff series of each year this decade?
All right, so 2020, I feel like COVID year, bubble, everything was kind of up in the air. But let's be honest, we were all at the edge of our seats at the end of the Miami versus the Celtics series. With the game-saving block by Bam Adebayo and Jason Tatum on that dunk, there's very few plays in playoff history defensively that have lived up to that potential.
I picked the Raptors versus the Celtics in the series before. I know that yours is in the Western Conference Finals, but this series was insane. It went to 7 games, yours went to 6, and 5 of the games were decided by single digits, including a phenomenal Game 6, which went into double overtime. It had an iconic shot from Kyle Lowry where he hits the fadeaway or whatever, and then he's crawling back on defense. That was crazy. I kind of have to give that one the edge over yours. 2021 had a lot of good playoff series. I almost went with one, but I decided to go with the finals, the Bucks versus the Suns. I didn't even write any notes for this video because this is one of my favorite finals ever. I mean, what's there not to say? The Suns go up 2-0. Everyone thinks it's over, and the Bucks storm back and win 4 straight. Game 4, they had the iconic Giannis block. Game 5 with the Drew Holiday still in the alley-oop. And then Giannis dropping 50 in Game 6 was crazy.
Yeah, but the series, the Bucks versus the Nets,
I knew you were gonna go with that
so crazy.
I almost went with that one.
Come on, if it wasn't for his shoe, your team would have not even won the finals. If it wasn't for Kevin Durant's shoe, your team would have not even won the finals.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Joe Harris shooting 20% from 3, it wouldn't either.
Exactly. There's so many what ifs, but that game was so intense and so close. And if it wasn't for that shoe, history would have been rewritten.
So your whole argument is that just that one game. What about the other games in the series?
It was just the way that it closed out was so... All the games were pretty close in that whole series.
No, they weren't. The first 2 games and Game 6 were blowouts.
Yeah, and then they all... Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of the different series.
What?
I had that for my note for the next one. But
I can't blame you for picking that because that was great. But I mean, the last 3 games of Bucks Suns, plus mine was the final, so it had higher stakes, was all like within 1 point in the final like a minute of the game for each of those 3 games. So. But both great series. All I care about is that my Bucks are in some of their most iconic moments.
I picked the Warriors versus Celtics.
Okay.
What did you pick?
I picked Bucks Celtics.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to pick for this one. The Warriors versus Celtics. It was just kind of the redemption story for the Warriors because, they had a few years where they kind of fell off. Curry was hurt. Now he's coming back. So I really like the storyline that went along with them because... Also, the fact that they beat the Celtics did make me smile. But it's just the way that the Warriors went about it and the fact that they, Curry was hurt, came back, wins the finals. So, yeah, that redemption story is why I picked them.
All right. That's a great series. Curry hitting, 42 in Game 4 was nuts.
That was insane.
I picked Bucks Celtics in the semi-Eastern Finals. This was a 7-game series, tier 6 once again. And had a lot of really great iconic moments. The Drew Holiday block in Game 5. The Celtics scoring 43 in the 4th quarter of Game 4 to finish the comeback. Broke my heart. Actually, I wasn't watching that game. I was taking an exam. And I was pissed off when I finished the exam. And I saw that. The moment at the end of Game 3 when they're all scrambling for the ball to the Celtics to get it back in the bucket was intense as hell. A great performance. Giannis put up 34, 14, and 7 in this series after the same Celtics team just locked up Kevin Durant. Both great series. I just think mine had closer games because not a single one of the Warriors-Celtics games was within single digits.
No, that's fair. I really just picked the Warriors because of the storyline, but that was a great moment in Game 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. For 2023, I was kind of struggling to find one, and I picked Celtics versus Heat. The series wasn't really that amazing. Most of the games were blowouts, but the almost 3-0 comeback was very memorable. And Game 6 was genuinely amazing with that Derek White tip for the shot where we all thought it was over, and Derek White tips it in. Just seeing all the videos of the Heat fans thinking they won and then finding out they didn't was genuinely hilarious. And so, not an amazing series. There's been better ones in the past, but I picked that one.
No, yeah, that definitely made me feel good as a Knicks fan who's used to losing. So yeah, for that one, I picked the first round series of the Warriors versus the Kings. I just remember in Game 7, watching that and watch Curry drop 50. See, I sound like the biggest Warriors fan today.
He is.
But no, I'm not. Knicks all the way. But like with that game alone, he definitely solidified himself, at least in my eyes, as he was already the best shooter of all time in my eyes, but definitely without reasonable doubt, the second best point guard of all time. Like that game really solidified who he is. And
he was already the second best point guard of all time before that.
No, I know, but it's just he gets hurt, wins the finals, comes back, and then gets
bounced in the second round.
Yeah, but like that game, he carried them to the second round.
Fine. That series had no playoff implications.
It was so entertaining. It was some of the best, like, and most even competitive basketball.
It was great.
Ever.
It was great. I thought it was over after the Kings went up 2-0. That was a good series. All right, I think we both picked the same series for 2024. Let's just say at the same time.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't pick the Knicks.
What?
I can't. I don't even want to admit that they lost.
Oh, wait, which one are you talking about?
The Knicks?
I'm talking about Knicks Sixers.
Oh. No,
you picked Timberwolves Nuggets?
I picked Timberwolves Nuggets.
I can't follow you with that. I thought for sure you're going to pick the Knicks.
It was just really like the future of the NBA in that game. You really just saw Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns and just how they competed against, seemingly the team that's going to win it all at the time.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing series with close moments. And Anthony Edwards really just became showed the world who he is in that series. And that really stood out to me.
A great series. I almost went with that one because it went to 7 games, and Game 7 was really good.
Yeah.
That 20-point comeback was nuts. Unfortunately, 3 of the games in that series was a 30-point blowout. So it's kind of hard for me to put it above Knicks Sixers, where every single game was a complete dogfight and decided by 2 or 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
The Tyrese Maxey comeback in Game 5, right? That was Game 5 was crazy.
Yeah,
where
how much did he have in
hit
that game?
He hit 7 points in the last 10 seconds.
I remember
and
that.
Pissed
That almost
us
made
off.
me cry.
I was so pissed off. I knew we were gonna win in Game 6 anyways, but and then the Knicks come back in Game 2.
I almost put the Knicks Pacers because of just how close that series was and how the Knicks sold.
Yeah.
Because,
But the Knicks were so injured in that series. It wasn't even I don't know.
Yeah, and it's just playing so many minutes to each player. Eventually, they're going to get banged up. It seems like we're doing that again. So,
yeah,
like we have the same strategy: play all of our starters 40 minutes a game.
I don't know why not playing Jericho
hurt.
Sims 20 minutes
Because he's terrible. But that's a conversation for another time.
What are some of your favorite playoff series of the decade so far? And do you think that this season we're going to have some great playoff series? I hope we have a good finals finally.
Oh,
it's been a
100%.
while since we had a genuine Game 7 in the finals, or
where it's actually been really close.
The last 2 finals have kind of sucked, but
yeah.
All right.